Hello, Kula here. If you guys are having a great day. For this video, I wanted to share with you guys my most recent order from Darling Clandestine. I googled how to say the word because I'm really bad at pronunciation, so I do apologize. I'll probably forget how to say it and say it wrong later, and I'm not even sure right now if clandestine is the correct way to say that. But they are an independent fragrance company. You can find her on Etsy. It's by a lady named Yvonne. She makes amazing fragrances. I got a full-size solid fragrance in Don Gato from her that I loved. It smells like cats, and it really reminded me of my cat Noman, who unfortunately passed away. I think this October, I think, was when he passed away, but I smell it and it's just really calming and I love it. And she posted some stuff recently in her store and I purchased some things. I got a small size solid of a fragrance I've been really interested in trying, and then she had a grab bag. You know how much I love mystery grab bags, so I couldn't resist getting that. When she mails things to you, they come in these bubble envelopes. And then she put stamps on them. I believe this rooster is Jason. She has like roosters and chickens and ducks and things like that. It's really cool. If you follow her on Instagram, she posts pictures all the time. I really love it. I think this is Jason. I'm not 100% sure. And I think the shark has a name, but I don't remember what it is either. But I think that's really funny. It's a really nice touch. And just one thing I really love about this company is just how much love and care is put into your packages and your items, and you can really tell like Yvonne really cares about what she's doing. So like I said, I ended up with 6 little mini sized products I'm going to share with you. I was so excited to smell them that I actually unpackaged everything already. It's all sitting on my desk here, and I took photos for Instagram and everything. But you also get candy with your orders, and I got a ton this time. She sent some Laffy Taffy and Airhead. I got a bunch of Now and Laters. Love candy. I love getting candy. I love getting little extra things when my orders. That's kind of one of the things I really like ordering from indie companies for. So whether it be samples or candy or a little toy or something, I think it's a really nice touch. And then my products came, my one I ordered like individually, like full price, came in its own little plastic bag here. And then my grab bag came in this bigger plastic bag. And then I had some confetti in the shape of a shark and then some roosters. And I think that was super duper cute. So those are cute. And then, I got 3 solids. Like I ordered 1 solid, so they come in these really adorable little jars here. Like how cute is that? And then the little mini like liquid, I guess, fragrances come in these not dram, but maybe they are drams. I don't know, these amber glass jars here, and all the labels are hand stamped and hand lettered. And then all the glass came wrapped in these cute little, I think they're like faux newspaper paper with like really interesting, like old-timey, not Victorian, but old-timey things. It's really cute. Another really great touch. It's just, again, one thing I absolutely love about this company that I actually can't remember now how to pronounce, so I'm going to avoid saying it. But I will link the Etsy down below. You can also check out the Facebook group if you want to hear about when she releases fragrances. She actually just released the summer fragrances this morning. I purchased more, so I'm really excited for those. The turnaround time, I believe, is like 14 business days right now, so it is a little bit longer of a turnaround time, but I think it's totally worth it. So I'm going to show you guys everything I got and kind of tell you what they smell like. I'm not the best at describing smells. I think nobody really is, except for like really like high-paid perfumers. There's a special word for them, I think. But I did write down the descriptions from the website. If you go to the Facebook page, there is a link to the full scent list and all the descriptions. And I love how like flourished and beautiful Yvonne's descriptions of her scents are, and like what inspired them, and it's all really beautiful and handmade and perfect, and I love it. And so with these fragrances, I have notes on here, so I'm going to read down my notes here. They're divided into 4 different suites. I think I'm pronouncing, it's S-U-I-T-E, so I'm assuming the word is sweet. I'm terrible at pronouncing things, so I'm sorry if I'm incorrect. But there's hot, which is spicy, peppery, tangy, citrusy, and or bright fragrances. There's wet, which is green, blue, aquatic, I think this is sandy, I can't read my own handwriting, ozony, and or leafy fragrances. There is deep, which are earthy, musky, mossy, woody, herbal, and or especially complex fragrances. And then there are sweet, which are gourmand fragrances, which are creamy, chocolatey, nutty, and or prominently fruity. I tend to be more of a fan of like the sweet gourmand fragrances, especially vanilla, and I've heard like if you're sensitive to smells, you tend to like vanilla smells more than anything else, and you tend to not like florals and things like that. And I do think that's true. Like I do think I'm sensitive to smells. Like not only do I smell a lot of things, I guess, but like scent really sets a mood for me. I mean, I guess most people like that. I don't think I'm that special, but I am really sensitive to smells, and just everything I got smells really great. There are some favorites in here, but I think everything I got smells great. And then they're also, the fragrances are divided by boss level. So a 1 on the boss level scale is pretty safe. It's very like mainstream, like you could wear it all the time and no one would think you're wearing something like handmade or unique or anything like that. And it goes all the way up to 10. I'm sure it probably goes to 11 at some point, but the 10 is, and this is directly quoted from, a lot of this description is going to be directly quoted from the Facebook list because I am not this creative, but number 10 is described as, oh my god, why do you smell like you've been rolling in stars and destiny and gasoline? So it's like different, it's unique, it's intense, and oddly enough, my favorite scent I got out of this collection ended up being a boss level number 9. So I'm going to start with the one I specifically ordered. This is Halochrome, which I may be mispronouncing. It comes in this cute little bitsy jar. This is a solid, and I believe she uses beeswax from her friend or like from a farm on Etsy or something like that, which is really cool. Halochrome is a the word for like synesthesia, something like that. This is gonna be cool, I can't pronounce words video. Adventure for your skin. I, Yvonne, chose red elements, orange elements, yellow elements, and so on down to violet. It's not violet. Blending so there would be a nice transition between each color shift. Yvonne, know that's not easy to conceptualize, neither is this fragrance, but it's bright, bright, bright with deep blues to ground it. She's a rainbow, and the suite is hot, wet, and deep. And then they are not divided, but there are traditional gender preferences for the scents. Pretty much everything is going to be unisex, but some things do lean a little bit more feminine. This is true unisex, and the boss level is 7, and then all the labels are hand stamped and hand lettered by Yvonne, and the stamp doesn't really have anything to do with the fragrance, but this is so hard to describe, it really is. Like, when you first sniff it, you do get green, and then there's like some brightness to it. If you think about the rainbow when you smell it, you can start to pick out like the different colors, which is really, really cool. This is a really, really interesting one. This is really hard. It is really hard to explain and conceptualize, especially when you're like me and not too good at doing it, but I'm really happy I got my hands on it. It just sounds like an interesting fragrance, and I missed out on the full size of it, so I'm really happy I got the bitsy one. So now all the rest of these fragrances are from my 5 like bitsy sized grab bags, so they're all minis. There was a mix of the solids and the liquids, which I thought was really nice. And I didn't pick any of these. Yvonne picked these all for me, and I was actually kind of surprised because some of these I don't think were even like in the store release. So I know she has some just sitting around, which is really cool. Sometimes when they age, they even start to smell different. Sometimes they smell better. So I thought that was really cool. So I'll start with the 2 other solids I got. This is Smother, which is this guy right here, and then Smother is a green, woody, natural pistachio. No pudding here. Rich moss covered oak, and a shy bloom of a gloriously superior essence of jasmine. And the suite is wet, and the traditional gender preference is true unisex, and the boss level is 8. I believe everything in this grab bag was in the wet suite, which is kind of cool. I like that she had a cohesiveness to it. It's also raining outside right now, so if you hear like little like that is the rain on my window, so I do apologize. This is an interesting one. If you sniff it, because I find if you sniff like the cap and not the solid, you get more of a true sense of the smell. Like when I smell candles, I'll smell the cap, well, the Yankee ones on the Bath & Body Works when they don't work too well to do that, instead of smelling the candle directly, because I think it's a truer sense, like you don't get the scent of the wax and stuff in it. But if you smell this part, you really get that pistachio woody kind of scent, but if you smell this part, you get more of like the floral, like mossy kind of scent. And it's really interesting, like there's this musk, like this off smell to it, which I think actually contributes to the perfume. There's like a quote from American Hustle where Jennifer Lawrence's character, like she has this top coat from Sweden or something. She talks about how there's like this disgusting note to it, and allured to this whole article on perfumes and how like you need that like musky, gross, nasty, like fetid scent to help balance, because if your perfume is all sweet, all floral, all sparkling, it's boring, it's one note, it's not interesting. But if you have that like dirty note in there, there's some kind of like balance to it. And I think this does have that. I think it's really cool. This is my least favorite out of the collection I got, but again, like all of these are really, really good fragrances. So I'm gonna be really wordy. I'm already at 9 minutes, so I do apologize, but it's so hard to explain some of these things. So next up I have Inked. This is my favorite one in this collection, and I was actually really, really surprised at how much I like this, because when I first read the description I was kind of scared, like, oh my god, I'm not gonna like this at all. This is a sting of sea salt and leather, splashes of communion wine, the essence of raw skin. Inked is one of my favorite little sex machines. It must be experienced on the skin and not just sniffed from the bottle. I did wear this. I actually am wearing this right now, and it is amazing on the skin, but I think it's amazing in the bottle too. Inked is an acquired taste, to be sure, but folks who love Inked love, love, love Inked, and I can definitely say I love, love, love Inked. The suite is wet. It is a true unisex, and the boss level is 9. So when I read that, I was kind of worried, like, oh, I'm not gonna like this, but when I smelled it, I was like, nope, this is amazing. Oh, it's so, like, the sea salt and the leather is just so sexy. And I was kind of worried when it said raw skin, because skin smells can be kind of powdery and musky, and I don't like powdery scents, but this is like a manly skin smell, so it's definitely like more of like the salty, less of the powdery, and it's just, oh, it's just, there's like a refreshing, like, I think the sea salt's like the refreshing part of it, and you can kind of get the hint of like the fermented wine, and it's amazing. I love this scent. I really want my husband to try this on just to see, because I've heard like a lot of times with these types of scents, like if a woman wears them, they can lean a little bit more feminine, and if a man wears them, they lean a little bit more masculine. I don't know if that's just like a perception thing or if it's just a body chemistry thing, but I think that's really, really cool. I think it smells really great on me, so I want to try it on my husband. And then the next 3 I got are the liquid ones. So this is Step Right Up. This is blue, green, spicy, oceanic, fascinating, very unisex, created in cooperation with my brother Aaron, the smeller of all things. This scent is incredibly nostalgic. Customers frequently tell me it reminds them of a certain place and time, but no two stories are the same. And the suite is wet, and it is a true unisex, and the boss level is 4, so this is kind of one of the safer perfumes. And for me, I do get nostalgia from it. Like, it reminds me of Christmas, and I know that's kind of weird because it's not a Christmassy scent. Like, there's nothing in it that's Christmassy, like blue, green, spicy, oceanic, like, that's not Christmas. But, like, smelling it in the bottle, at least, like, it really reminds me, when I was little in elementary school, every year for Christmas, we would have, like, an art project we would make for gifts, and they always involved scented wax, because, I don't know why, I guess my elementary school wasn't that creative. And when we were really little, we didn't do it, the teacher did it, but they dipped pine cones, and we would pick, like, what colors we wanted to mix, what scents we wanted to mix, and you ended up with this little basket of, like, scented wax-dipped pine cones that you could set out, and it would smell really nice for a little while. And then as we got older, like, we would dip the pine cones ourselves, and then as we got older, we started to make candles, and then, like, I think by the time like 6th grade came around, we would make candles, and then we would carve them to like show the layers inside. So it was kind of interesting. It was like a progression of art throughout elementary school. I thought that was kind of cool. But like, that's what the art room smelled like. Like, you get like all the wax and all the scents all kind of mixed together, and that just reminds me of Christmas. Like, we do it like the week before we have off, and that's my nostalgic memory about that one. Even though it has nothing to do with Christmas, that's my memory of that one. Next up, I can't pronounce this one, so I'm not even going to try. I believe it's French, but that is it right there. I think it's like Monster Delicate is what I'm going to say, but that's not what it is at all. I'm probably very, very wrong. But this is a clean, spicy, rainy, moody, wonderful scent. It is sweet blackened fig, rainwater, spiced wood, the nostalgic longing for storms. It's a haunting watercolor blue scent, so it's super duper. It's definitely a wet scent. It's very watery, but it's very gorgeous. The gender preference is unisex to feminine. This is a boss level 4. This is definitely a rainy scent. Like, even though it's raining right now, and I'm kind of sad about it being so gloomy. Like, you can smell that. You can smell, like, kind of that scent you get in the air, like, right before it rains. Like, that wet ozone-y smell. Oh, it's so good. It's so, so good. It's very soothing too. It's very cooling. It's very blue and cooling, I think is a good way to describe it. And then finally, this is Limerence, which I'm probably saying wrong again. I just mispronounce everything in this video. This is a floral for those who hate florals, which is me, not a big fan of florals. Not oriental or grandmotherly, but a green, tangy, moody blend of bruised Casablanca lilies, bittersweet succulent, full-bodied herbal essentials, a heady crust of sea salt, and a wonderfully fine mediata, I don't know how to say that. That's the essence of first rain hitting sun-baked earth. This is another wet sweet. They're all wet sweets. And it is a unisex to feminine, and the boss level is 5. This is probably my second favorite, which is kind of surprising. Well, I guess Halochrome is my second favorite. This is my third favorite. They're all favorites. They're all great. But, like, it's true. Like, this is a floral scent. Like, I would describe this smells like flowers. But, like, it smells like flowers in the way, like, if you go to a garden and the garden's full of like big lush plants and like big blooms, and how that garden smells. Like there's this big garden where my parents live, and like my grandma would take us there all the time because my grandma lives really close to it. My grandma would take care of us when we were little, and like we would go there and we'd walk around and it'd be sunny and warm and beautiful, and it just smelled like this. Like it smells like a garden, but like flowers. It's just not, these descriptions aren't very good, but like it smells like a garden. Like, it's beautiful and I love it. And that is my order. I am so over the moon about it. It's totally worth it. Definitely check out the website. Like I said, I'm going to link it below. I don't know what's still available. I got my summer grab bag, so I'm really excited for that. I'm going to get 5 more of those Bitsies in the summer scents, and it's going to be a mystery, and I'm really excited. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you found it really interesting, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.